After we did Joe's and Jada's Ancestry DNA results videos, a bunch of you asked me to go ahead and update mine. So let's get right into my results. Welcome to the Bare Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. Alright guys, so I did my stuff like 2 years ago, May 2018 I believe. And when it first came, I am screen recording right now so you guys can see. This is what they said. Ireland, Scotland, and Wales 34%. Nigeria 15%, Native American 15%, Scandinavia 8%, Europe West 8%. And let me open some of these. This is the African countries that they broke up for the 23%. Nigeria 15%. It already said here that it was low confidence region, so they're not sure. They needed more people to put their DNA in. But they gave me Africa Southeastern 2%, Cameroon and Congo 2%, Mali 2%, Benin and Togo 1%, Africa North 1%. So those were the African countries they gave me. And then let's take a look at the European countries they gave me. They gave me 34% for Ireland, but I always knew that wasn't true because I never heard anything about Ireland. As far as we're concerned, my dad's dad came through a Scottish line and my mom's great-grandpa came through a Welsh line. So I really never heard anything about Ireland, but you know what? It was what it was, right? Scandinavia 8%, Europe West 8%, low confidence regions, Iberian Peninsula 5%, Italy and Greece 4%, Great Britain 2%, Europe East 1%, and then I didn't have any for the Jewish and the Finland. So that was that. Let me move this out the way to see if there's something else hidden here. Yeah, these are just the bigger breakdowns for the European countries. So it's a total of 62% European for me, 23% African, and 15% Native American. So right here was the Native American. They didn't really get too much into it except to say that I was Native American. So I figured it was all going to be Central American because I go back like 4 generations in Belize, right? My family. So this is the second results that they sent from me like a year later. So I did it like May 2018. So this came through some part of 2019. And so I accepted it. Whenever you accept it, the old one goes away. So if you are doing the Ancestry DNA test and you accept the first results, screenshot it, because when they send you new results later on, those are going to go away and you're never going to remember what they had for you. So I'm glad I saved everything so I can do this video for you guys. So here we are. Now it's saying that England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe, I got 56%. It said I got increased by 54%. Now I believe this a little bit more about the Wales because I know that my mom's great-grandpa came from Wales, but what happened to the Scottish, right? So Benin and Togo 10%. So remember in the last one, Benin Togo was only 1%. See it right here? Okay, let me call that up. So then Native American 10%, Cameroon and Congo 10%. Did we have Cameroon and Congo? Yeah, that was only 2% on this one. And Ireland and Scotland got lumped in together at 5%. My dad was upset when he saw that because he goes, my dad's Irish. I'm not Irish, Scottish. Yada yada, these people are wrong, they don't know what they're doing. And you can't see some stuff that's cut off here, but they still gave me the total 15% for the native, but they broke it up into different countries and different regions, South, Central, and North America. Okay, now they also gave me these ones. So one of the native is Andean. All right, France 2%, Mali 2%, Ivory Coast, Ghana 1%. And that's what I got for my second go around. It was, you know, quite boring, I think. It's like, okay, I like the other one better. It was more broken down. They took away my Nigerian in this one. I'm like, I know that there's Nigerian in there somewhere because I do believe that, you know, people would pass by and pick up the slaves in that area by the waterfront and stuff and take them to other countries, right? Okay, so now here's the new results that I got for 2020, and that's earlier in 2020. So I accepted it and screenshotted everything. So that's why I have all this to show you, like I said before. I think it's a little bit more accurate. They gave me 26% Scotland. I think that's more accurate than the second go around when they only gave me 5% right here. And then over here when they did not break it down at all. I don't believe I'm that much Welsh, the 56%. But the Wales that they gave me this time around was hardly anything, guys. They only gave me 5%. I think I'm more than that. I think I'm at least 10 or 15%. Then they gave England and Northwestern Europe. So I suppose maybe though these countries like Scandinavia and stuff are in there. I don't know. I don't know the region to know. Nigeria, they only gave me 9%, but now Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu peoples is 6%, and it went down from 10, and over here it was way less. It was only 2% right here. So then, of course, they're breaking down the Americas now, indigenous America. That's what they're now calling it. So Colombia and Venezuela for the South. The longest that I've lived my life, I've never heard that any kind of our ancestry came from South America, but you can never tell. People traveled. So they're defining now a little bit more in South America. And, you know, it's okay. It's only a few percent. So I don't disbelieve it. Benin and Togo, 5%. And we had it 10% here the second time around. So they're still fine tuning that. Ireland, like I said, 4%. I feel like that's more accurate. Then Yucatan Peninsula only 4%. I think it's more. I think maybe that South America will go away and it'll get lumped into Central America more. We'll see. But that's where all my native comes from. Then they have Portugal. They have Sweden. And let me see this bottom piece. They have Norway, Mali. Mali has always been a small percent. See, 2% here and over here 2%. It changed to 1%. Spain. No, my mom always said her grandmother was Spaniard. I don't know. I'll show you pictures. And then Andean, Mexico, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Ghana. Okay. Now let's see if we can get into some. Let's see if I could close this, guys, really quickly here. I hope that this is not boring for you guys, because this ancestry DNA stuff might be interesting to me because it involves my family, but it might be boring to you guys, right? Let me show you my grandpa. This right here is my mom's dad. He was really, really dark, but I think it's something to do with native because I think his dad was native. All right. Now his mother, my grandpa's mother, is one of these pretty ladies right here. Let's see if we can make this bigger. Oh, I can't make it bigger. I was editing the video just now, guys, when I discovered that my laptop had stopped screen recording at a vital part of the story that I wanted to share with you guys. At first I got mad, but then I realized that I could come back to the computer and go to my YouTube channel and find the second video that I did for my Ancestry Results update, and we could go back and pick up the story where we left off. All right, so let's go to the computer. This is Ancestry DNA update. My regions have changed. Where did my Nigerian and Scandinavian go? We don't care nothing about that part right now. We want to go ahead and talk about the family drama. All right, so take a look at this picture. So this is my mom here, this is her mom, and this is her dad. Now my mom's grandfather on the mother's side right here, that's the grandfather, that's the grandmother, right? This is the one lady that my mom said came from Spain, or ancestry came from Spain. If she didn't come from Spain, her ancestors did. I don't know if it's true. So anyways, Mr. Edward Lord was at first married to Miss Adriana right here. For the longest time, my mom had these sisters wrong on this chart. My mom had this sister as Adriana and this one as Adele, but it's wrong, okay? So now this is correct. So this is Adriana, and Adriana was married to Mr. Lord. Mr. Lord came to Belize by way of either Barbados or Jamaica, we heard. We don't have any pictures of him. I wish I did, because I heard he was very handsome, tall, dark, and handsome. So anyways, these two got together and had 5 kids. Derek, the oldest, was 16 when his mother died, and his father remarried Amy, and he didn't want no part of that, so he packed up and went to England. Now this is totally the reason why I did my ancestry, because I wanted to find out if he had kids or grandkids. We had always heard that, well, my mom always thought that he died young in the war in England or something, but my aunt Lita told me, my mom's sister, that he was writing home to his half-brother up to the 1970s. We had never heard that before. So I was like, let's see if he has kids and grandkids, right? So that's why I did my DNA. So then these are all the other kids they had. And right here, my Aunt Eileen, we call her Tylene, she was one of the, I don't think she was the youngest. I have her as the youngest, but I don't think she was the youngest. But these are the 5 that they had. Then she passed away. And then Mr. Edward Lord remarried Miss Amy Bell over here, okay? Now, Miss Amy Bell had 4 kids, Roy, Godwin, Grace, and my grandmother Marie. I think my grandmother Marie might have been the oldest. I kind of have them wrong in the sequence. I know that Aunt Grace was the youngest. And so this lady, Aunt Grace, and my Aunt Eileen helped their sister raise all her kids, all her 10 kids, and then help raise all of Marie's grandkids, which is me. I was so privileged, you guys. So anyways, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. So Adriana over here, first wife, this is her sister, Adele. Now Adele is my grandfather's mother. And then this is his dad here. We don't have a picture. So Adele and Adriana came out of these two people right here. This lady is native for sure. That's where the native came in me. And then this man was from Cardiff, Wales. He looks dark in the picture, but my mom says he was from Cardiff, Wales. He was light-skinned. So anywho, let me see. Let's go back. So my grandfather and my grandmother's siblings, her half siblings right here, are first cousins, okay? However, my grandfather is not related to grandmama because she had a different mother. When I was growing up, I could not understand that. And we had a nosy neighbor next door that tried to put things in my head and go, do you know that your grandfather and your Aunt Eileen are cousins? And I ran home like, oh my God, scandal in the backyard, right? And my Aunt Eileen was like, that woman too damn fast. I'm gonna cuss her out the next time I see her. In too damn fast mean you too nosy. That's what it means, okay? So I always like to tell that story when I'm doing the Ancestry DNA. Now for the lady, June, that was asking me about this grandfather here, a great-grandfather. This is great-grandfather to my mom. I don't really know anything about him, hon. All I know is these bunch of kids that he had. Let's move forward in the video. Let's hope I have the sound off. Okay, let's move forward in the video. Let's see if we could get to another chart. See, Jada looks a lot like this lady because now we found out she's not an aunt. She was a great-grandmother to Jada. Or great-grandmother to me because it's my grandfather's mom. So great-grandmother to me, great-great to Jada. So pretty interesting, right? Now let's see if we could take a look at the picture. See, my mom put the names here on the picture. I can't find these pictures right now, but they're here somewhere. So this is the man, the Cardiff, Wales grandpa. His name was John Young. This is his wife, Elizabeth Young. This baby sitting on the grandmother's lap is my Aunt Eileen, who lived to be 98 years old and died in 2004. This is the boy that went to England when he was 16. So this is then grandfather's mom. This is my Aunt Eileen's mom. She's the one that had the 5 with Mr. Lord. These are sisters and stuff behind them, but I think this lady might not have been family, or maybe she was a cousin or something. I don't know what she's doing in the picture. This one right here, I think he's the grandfather to my mom's cousin named Dickie Bradley. He's a lawyer in Belize. So if Belizeans are watching, that's the heritage right there, okay? So that's where the Wales came from. That's where the native came from. And that's why I think my thing might change yet again, and I might get a little bit more Wales in it in the future, right? It doesn't matter to me. I just like going back in the history to see who was married to whom, and you know who had what kids, and how are you my cousin. Now I'm finding out some of my dad's side because I know that my dad said, oh, that's our cousin, whatever, and I always think they're second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, and then I find out that some of them are like first or second cousins through this ancestry match thing, right? So it's pretty interesting. I think the chief thing is I thought I would come up with more African in me because I see the African in both sides of my parents. So I thought I would get at least 45 to 47% African, but I only got 23%. And then I got 62% European, 15% native, and those have never changed. Even, you know, when we get an update, those percentages still remain the same. It's just the countries and the regions that have changed. And I think it's because they're fine-tuning things. You know, like when they get more people put their DNA in, they're going to fine-tune more in the, you know, the England side, or more in the Scandinavian. Well, I think the Scandinavian went away, I don't know. And, you know, more countries in the African side. And, you know, I'm glad that my boys put in their stuff. It's arrived and it's in process, but it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. So sometime between February the 8th and February the 22nd, their stuff should come back. Oh, I'm sweating here, guys. Their stuff should come back, and then we're going to cross match to see what they got, you know, compared to what Jada got, and then to see what they got from me and Joe, and to see if they got different things than what Jada got. Because remember, Jada got like 3 that me and Joe didn't have. And then she didn't get 2 from Joe and 3 from me or something like that. So it's all different, right? So now, A lot of people get worked up when they get this stuff and they don't get what they're supposed to have. I never get worked up. I get excited because you can meet new people, fresh new family members that you didn't know, fresh new family members that won't come with the drama that the old ones have, right? So I know, like on my dad's side of the family, some people got worked up because I don't really care to find out anything more about my dad's side of the family. But that's how my mom raised me. She raised us away from my dad's side of the family. We were only close with one set of cousins. And pretty much I've never had any interest in learning anything more. And I know that my dad wanted to show me more stuff, but I really didn't want to know anything. And I don't know, maybe I'm being short-sighted, closed-minded. I don't know. I'm interested in my mom's side. And then you guys saw that me and Joe are cousins, right? We're thinking that Joe is related to me through my dad's mother, like her great-grandparents or her grandparents or something like that. And then Joe's mom thinks it's through, on Joe's side, she thinks it's through Joe's dad's mother's side because she's never heard of the names of my dad's mom's people. So she says, I've never heard those names in my family. So I think the relation came through Joe's dad and then through your dad. When I looked in the matches, I also saw that Joe was related to the Lord side of my family, which is my mother's side. Because one of my mom's uncle's grandchild is related to Jada on both sides of her family. But then when I went, my cousin from that's also related from the Lord side, you know, where his dad and my mom are cousins, he's not related to Jada from both sides. So it has to be from that young lady's mother's side, not from the Lord's side, right? So it's complicated. That's why they have once removed and twice removed and all this stuff, all right? But I go in there every day and I nosy around till my eyes hurt, and it's exciting and I have fun. So I'm really glad that I did it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs it up for me. Leave me a comment and I will see you guys again next video. Bye-bye. Remember guys, we are not buying this book. Because if you do, the only people that are making money from that book are my ex-distributor and Amazon. Pick up this book instead. This is my Belizean cookbook. It has 120 authentic Belizean dishes that I've done on the show already, but now you can have it in print so you can follow along and your dishes will come out perfect each time. Hot off the presses, this is my second cookbook, guys. It's called the Pantry Laid Bare, and I named it that because I laid everything on the line when I picked the recipes for this book, all right? 111 delicious dishes from basic ingredients. To purchase, just check below on any of my videos and you'll see the different methods of payment and also the shipping. Thanks guys.
Won't you come and try this warm delight? This is the Bare Pantry Show.